Good day. This little video, well, it might not be so little, is a compilation of the process that we've done to do the short renovation of Lacey's bedroom. It's not a completed project, but it gives you a good idea of what our plans are. Okay, enjoy. And this will be Lacey's room.
This will be Lacey's room. Will be because we have some renovations to do.
Yes, this
closet
was an afterthought of a closet.
Not deep enough for a coat hanger. So this wall here is coming down.
This whole wall is coming down.
And we'll put her closet over here.
Yeah. So after removing this carpet up in Lacey's room, this is what we found. A beautiful piece of linoleum that we will restore some of it, hopefully. And then we're going to be removing that and repainting the floor, I believe, shipside gray. For those of you who understand what I'm talking about, shipside gray. And now we're going to be removing this wall here, and this wall has plaster and what do you call it? That
lath and plaster.
Lath and plaster. And behind, come have a look see. Lath and plaster. There's wallpaper.
Oh wow!
So
and behind the wallpaper there's another wallpaper.
Another wallpaper. Yeah. So yeah. So what do you think?
I think
Before you even think the idea, we're not saving your wallpaper.
No, I'm not even wanting to say
This is a new one, having wallpaper behind, but it's gyprock.
Yeah, it's gyprock on the outside.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have green paint, gyprock, wallpaper, maybe more wallpaper, lath and plaster.
But I bet you there were no drafts.
Not through that wall anyway. Yeah, so all this to make this closet a slightly bigger.
Yeah.
There you go. There's my favorite son. My favorite
these
uncle.
beautiful hinges.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1, 2.
Nice, huh? Yeah.
Those are gorgeous.
5 layers in.
This is a close-up of the wallpaper that we found inside. The wall almost done, removed. And this part here is me giving the seal of approval of the workmanship, not. Some more linoleum in the closet. Some World War I newsprint, shredded newsprint, but it was World War I. We're able to determine that. Some also very old square nails. Some in the ceiling we had wallpaper, so I think that makes it ceiling paper. And that's the outer wall fully removed. So removing the plaster and cardboard, whatever you want to call it, this is what we find behind there. Okay, it's not too bad till you get here. There's a section of plaster, lath and plaster, but look at all the bits and pieces of wood that was put in there. And that electrical thing is kind of scary. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this thing off and run it by the beam here. And you can't really tell from here, but I removed quite a bit of thickness. It actually curves this way and down that way, right about that spot. So we're going to be taking all this lovely stuff here, sister to 2x4s, and re-drywall. Now this one here, this is what we put the footer in place, and so My son took pictures of me cutting the wood and putting up, screwing the studs up. Basically what we're trying to do is make a straight wall. The wall was so crooked it was useless to try to put drywall on it, so we've just made a straight wall on it. Here's Kelly posing with the reciprocating saw. Couldn't keep a straight face. Just couldn't. And this is the picture of the drywall with the first mud. So, Kelly, how we doing?
You're shitting me, right?
No.
I don't think I'm going to get to paint tonight.
No, I think it needs to be wiped down
Vacuum.
and settled and vacuumed again.
Yeah.
So
And possibly the vacuum bag changed.
Maybe.
Because I'm about done.
Yeah. Well, we had a day too. Huh? So.
We had a day after.
But
2
this is
weeks
looking
of-
pretty good, actually.
It is looking pretty good. I'm much happier with.
There's a little lumps here, but I
transition.
haven't done the ceiling yet. So, but you look at this. You look
The
at the
wall
wall.
is beautiful.
Yeah, the wall is all nice and even now, so
Yeah.
it's almost ready to paint. Except that there's a lot of dust on it. See. But that's normal. We're sanding. We're just getting the big lumps off. And
then tomorrow morning I prime.
tomorrow it's prime day.
Prime.
Prime time.
Prime time Monday.
Yeah. By the way, Kelly's shirt is blue.
Yeah. And my hair is gray already, but I didn't really need it powdered.
So-
I forgot to put my on.
This is me. I'm doing the ceiling. Yeah. Anywho, okay, that's phase whatever of this ceiling thing.
This particular room renovation
This room renovation,
brought to you by Kelly and Pierre
Kelly and
Jenny
Pierre.
from the wallpaper and a lot of sweat equity. Oh, Ben helped build the wall.
yeah.
So yeah, God knows what video this is in the renovations of the house, but if you like to see more, hit the subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit the dingly bell. And we'll see you next time.
Now that we have the wall completed and you've seen the pictures of the wall, we've got it all mudded, and now we just put the first coat of primer. You see that color behind me there? It's just a primer. It's not the actual color of what the wall is going to look like. This is, see, that's the prime. That's the primer, because a brand new gyprock, you need to put primer on it. So there you go. So we got the gyprock primed, waiting for it to dry. It doesn't take long to dry though, it's just primer. That's already dried up. And next thing we're gonna do is, well, we already painted the, not painted, but taped the windows, ready to make, do the molding, because the molding will be painted also. And yeah, we'll paint the molding and paint the walls. It's basically that wall, this wall, and this wall, because that one, the one near the door, will be wallpaper. We also have to paint the ceiling. So yep, there you go. I'll be back with more footage of this. Well, let's go over here so you can actually see my face, my beautiful face. So this is step X, I can't remember, of this process for this room. And once all the walls are done, then we have to do the floor, because the floor is fun. Okay, see you in a bit. Hello, and welcome back in this installment of Let's Paint Lacey's Room. So basically what we did yesterday is we, well, I'll show you here, we just painted, you can't really tell because the first coat on the on the window trim and on the ceiling. And that's the lovely ceiling tit that will eventually go away. But yeah, the first coat's there, so now we're about to get started on the second one. And after that, you know, that it dries pretty quick, so after that I think we might get started on the walls. But before that, I have to remove the little quarter round above the trim. You can see over here, little quarter round on top of the trim that needs to be cleaned up. I gotta remove all this little stuff because we're gonna be putting on top of that 1x4, we're gonna be putting this. So it's gonna make it all the way up to about here. Hopefully they won't impede with this, shouldn't. But anyway, it should go up to about that high on the quarter. The only problem is because of the really evenness of the floor, I'm gonna have to cut a piece of maybe a 1x6 on that wall and scribe it so that it follows the wave of the floor. I'm not looking forward to that. And then this molding will go above the 1x6, which should be scribed down to about a 1x4-ish. It'll be lots of fun, and tabernacle factor will be high. So there you go, you're up to date. Little overcast today. We still got remnants of Henri that are lingering over, I believe it's New England right now. So I'm not sure what kind of weather system we're going to be getting here. I'm kind of hoping that this will be all that we're going to get. You know, a little bit of breeze, a little bit of drizzle, because that's what they're calling right now, and a bit of overcasting. So anyway, as soon as we're done the first coat of the walls, I'll be back and we'll probably put some snapshots here and there. Cheers!
We just put the second coat on the ceiling, and instead of watching paint dry, which I could do because I'm exhausted, I decided that I would try and take the plaster up off the floor. We have beautiful softwood wide plank flooring in here that they plastered over to put linoleum down in the late 19th, early 20th century. And I would like to bring the floor back to its original state and paint it and put a floor rug down. So yeah, instead of watching paint dry, I'm sitting and lifting plaster with my trusty cheapo palette knife and the BFH.
No. This is the BFH. See?
Oh, okay.
That's a smaller FH.
The smaller FH. So, whatever video this is in the string of Fitz-Randolph renovations, hit the subscribe button.
Right above
Right down there somewhere.
Yeah.
Give us a thumbs up if you liked it.
Either here or there.
And don't forget to hit the dingly bell. Catch you next time.
So here we are again at the Lacey Bean room, and we just did with the ceiling yesterday, finished the ceiling, did a bunch of pounding on the floor. I'll show you the pounding on the floor, what I'm talking about. If you see all that white plastery stuff down there, it's basically because the floor is a little uneven little, so, you know. And what they did is they put Durabond, which is plaster, on the floor to level it up when they put the linoleum that you saw in the previous, at the beginning of this video. And now we just put the first coat of paint on the walls. There you go. It's the first coat. It's going to absorb a lot. So bright light. Yeah. And there you go. First coat is on. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go in town, and we're going to be getting a box spring for the bed, and by that time or late afternoon these walls should be ready for the second coat. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to be, as you notice, I did not paint all the way to the trim because we're going to put a larger trim, a wider trim on top of that. We are still missing a piece of trim to put at the bottom here, and we're going to look for that eventually. So it might be a little ugly this weekend because we won't have the trim, but that'll be the only part that's not going to be done.
Trim the floor.
Yeah, the trim there, right? So, and we're going to be putting our rug that's over here on the floor from there on over here. So sorry for the dizziness if you're getting dizzy. So from that area, from that wall, where the paint is, where the painted area is, about there, all the way down to almost this wall, this here. And it's going to go about 9 feet that way, so about where the rug is right now. So what we're going to need to do is actually prep and paint the floors that are going to be exposed. But that's going to be for a little later, because we're going to need at least, I'd say, close to 3 to 4 days. And if it's this humid, we're going to need a lot more, because the paint needs to fully cure before we put a rug on it, because it'll be stuck there forever. So there you go again. That was update number whatever. And love you.
I love you too. Hit the subscribe button.
Yeah, over, oh, maybe, yeah, over here. Yeah, right there.
Right there.
Yeah. And,
Give us a thumbs up if you like the videos.
oh, look, blue thumb.
Blue thumb even. Well, purple thumb.
Yeah.
And hit the dangly bell wherever
Over
that
here,
happens
here,
to be.
or there, yeah. I might actually put it at the top just for shits and giggles. Okay. See you in a bit, guys.